to the Hispanic Heritage Show. I'm Valerie Cavazos. Tonight, we get down to business, small business to be exact. It plays a vital role in our nation's and state's economy. How vital? Well, in the past decade, it's responsible for the creation of 60 to 80% of all new jobs, and minority-owned businesses have been the fastest growing segment of the U.S. economy. We'll get to that hot topic in just a moment, but first, the other stories you'll see tonight on the Hispanic Heritage Show. We'll get your blood pumping with a Latina businesswoman's daring delve into their fitness arena.
All of a sudden you're Miss Nutrition, Miss Fitness, and now you want us to follow along.
And a future place Hispanic teens can live on the edge.
The Hispanic Heritage Show is sponsored by Cox Communications, Touchtone Energy Cooperatives.
Explosive is the only way to describe the phenomenal growth rate of Hispanic-owned businesses. They're growing about 4 times as fast as businesses in general. Tonight, we take a look at efforts to not only involve more of us in the economic development of our communities and states, but also to encourage the entrepreneurial spirit in many of us. Ernie Perez has few complaints in life these days. He's living the American dream. He's putting his kids through college, and he lives a nice life with only a high school education. He achieved it all by taking a chance and becoming a business owner, the first in his family to do so. Several years ago, he bought a tire franchise with his good credit.
I had my butterflies and wondering if I was doing the right thing. And now it's been going on 7 years and things are going good.
And his accomplishments didn't go unnoticed. He was nominated for the annual Minority Enterprise Development Award.
I had tears in my eyes because it was so exciting, you know.
Exciting to win an award showcasing the achievements of minority-owned businesses.
I never thought I would be in that position to ever receive any award like that.
When we offer these awards every year, this is another way of promoting those opportunities, of showing the success story to someone else who's just starting off, and showing that it can be done. As they always say, si se puede. It's possible.
Each tells a unique story of obstacles met and successes achieved, and each stands as an example for other Latinos with entrepreneurial hopes.
Every business owner struggles. It's a given fact. Will they succeed? Are there other challenges along their way? How can they promote their business? How can they become a business that is making revenue? These are always the very basic challenges that any business owner has.
Ernie was the first Hispanic in the state to own a franchise in the tire industry.
It was tough, going to the dealer meetings, the business meetings where all the owners, feeling, you are the only minority there. It's bad to say, but, I've had the feeling of being rejected by, other Anglos due to being a minority. I felt the discrimination, at times.
Elizabeth Gonzalez-Gon received a Minority Enterprise Development Award last year for her success in beating the odds in a male-dominated industry.
It kind of makes you feel like, yes, you worked so hard.
It really builds some confidence in the minorities to have that opportunity to get a award that you're recognized, that you're here for a reason.
The growth of the Hispanic market makes this a good time to be a Latino entrepreneur. And the MedWeek events are designed to encourage more minorities to become part of that marketplace.
To be a part of the overall community, not just in the minority community, but the at-large community. To see efforts, to see those inways being made, that is where we're going to see the greatest impact.
So for a lot of the companies that are out there that are wondering, minority companies that are wondering, is this something that I should shoot for? Is this important? Absolutely.
If you'd like to nominate a successful business owner, log on to HispanicHeritage.com. You'll find a link to the Minority Enterprise Development website where you can fill out a nomination form as well as find out more about scholarship opportunities. The award dinner takes place October 14th at the DoubleTree Hotel. Another big event coming up for entrepreneurs, the Small Business Town Hall. Improving economic development is vital to our state, and the state is now trying to find better ways to help small minority-owned businesses and their employees.
We need to improve the way the state of Arizona does business.
One way to do that, Melissa Amato says, is to get feedback from the small business community. The Governor's Council on Small Business is holding a series of town halls throughout the state to give business owners a chance to discuss issues affecting their companies. Melissa is chair of the town hall taking place in Tucson on October 21st.
We need input. We need that information coming to us on a regular basis.
4 topics will be covered, including increasing the number of small women and minority-owned firms receiving state contracts, which Melissa says are too often awarded to larger, out-of-state companies.
We need to hear what those problems are, or if there's areas that have been success stories. If your firm has been able to achieve a state contract, how did you do it? Can you help others with your advice?
Affordable health care insurance is another hot topic.
If there is a business that needs or wants to provide health care insurance to their employees, but they're prevented because of the cost, are there other options? Is the business owner aware of Healthcare Group of Arizona, for example, which is a state program that has expanded itself, and the premiums are extremely affordable? If you're not sure about Healthcare Group of Arizona, attend this event because we will have representatives from various state agencies participating in this town hall. We need to hear your voice.
We're not done with business just yet. A new leader takes over the Tucson Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in just a matter of weeks, and we'll get her perspective of the new Hispanic market in southern Arizona and what she has in store to wake the sleeping giant. In the world of business, Hispanics are the sleeping giant just now stirring awake. Yes, the economic potential is mighty for a Latino market that is growing 5 times faster than the general population, and for a Hispanic business sector that has simply exploded. Elizabeth Gonzalez-Gahn is stepping in next month as the new chairperson of the Tucson Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. With all projections indicating explosive growth in the Hispanic community, the decisions the Chamber makes these next few years are likely to determine its future.
We are changing.
In fact, changing so rapidly, Elizabeth says, it'll be a challenge for the Chamber to plot its course.
We don't know whether our members want to be served in Spanish. Do they want literature in English? Do they want it bilingual?
So Elizabeth has made it her mission, and the board, to find out. She plans first to take the pulse of the Chamber membership.
Because our membership obviously is changing also. We have young entrepreneurs. Women are starting businesses 2-to-1 to men. So that is changing. We need to get that pulse. We need to know what's going on. And one of the ways is by surveying our membership and making sure that we are changing with it so that we can service them.
The Chamber has a goal to foster a more powerful network. In creating that, the Chamber has morphed into something more serious, more recognized.
Although we feel that we have grown a lot, I think that people still don't realize how big we are.
Chamber President Fred Orozco.
I think the biggest need we still have is for the community to understand the specifics of what the Chamber is doing to help minority businesses in this town.
To achieve that goal, the Chamber approved its largest budget and has hired a membership representative.
Which is something that never in the past had we done. Part of hiring the membership rep is the recognition that we need to give more value to our members. We need to bring the awareness of the Chamber out there.
Elizabeth says many entrepreneurs who've joined the Chamber have benefited from discounts on supplies, educational and professional development opportunities, inclusion in Chamber directories and newsletters, and invitations to power lunches and after-business mixers. In fact, the resources the Hispanic Chamber provides, together with the chance to tap into the fastest growing market in the nation, attracts non-Hispanic businesses to the Chamber as well.
A lot of the English-speaking people here in Tucson, business owners, understand that this market is a priority, and so we've been getting a lot of people wanting information. How do I target the Hispanic market? What are the statistics? What are my means to get to them?
There is, I think, a more educated business community today than was 5, even 10 years ago, because they read the statistics, they read the numbers, and they see the high-profile Hispanics that exist not only within this community, but nationally, that are making an impact. They're starting to recognize that it is something that's real, that's tangible, and plus I think the business owners can see the consumers walking through the door being Hispanic, that there is real numbers there. There's real potential there.
Although corporate America is aware of the buying power of the Hispanic community, the Chamber says the relationship between big business and Hispanic business still needs some work.
The Chamber is a bridge. It's a bridge for the smaller entrepreneur, the medium-sized business, the big businesses, and together we can put them together.
The Chamber is also working to reach out to other like-minded organizations.
One of the things that we're looking at even this year is partnering with other organizations so that we can become more powerful. And if there's organizations out there already that are providing certain education, certain networking, obviously building on that, we are trying to partner with them.
Fred Orozco envisions a future where an empowered Hispanic chamber would have even more successes while leading the way.
In the areas of government affairs, economic development, and programs for minority-owned businesses so that we can be more beneficial to the community than we are today.
Fred speaks of Elizabeth and the new chamber as a synergistic pair that bodes well for the future of Hispanic business in Southern Arizona.
I foresee the chamber having a very strong, even greater presence in the future than it does today.
We're counting on it. Still ahead, would you put a ritzy new fitness center in a not-so-rich neighborhood filled with a bunch of us famous for not going to fitness centers? This Latina did, and now she's kicking and shrinking butt. So how many sit-ups do you think you could do? We're not exactly the most fit culture, you know. Meet a Latina businesswoman who wanted to prove that she can succeed in an industry full of people who doubted her idea. When Sarah Tarrant first became interested in fitness when she was 17, she got this reaction from her family.
They thought it was funny. They thought, well, this isn't something that we've ever done before. Or why do you want, all of a sudden you're Miss Nutrition, Miss Fitness, and now you want us to follow along?
Well, they didn't follow back then, but that didn't stop Sarah. She was hooked. She began working for Desert Sport and Fitness, first as a juice bar girl, a receptionist, and then a certified trainer.
You got it. Come on, all the way up. Did management for a while. Now ownership is kind of the next step.
And it's been an uphill battle for the 27-year-old entering a male-dominated industry.
Being Hispanic female, I have had some obstacles that I've had to overcome. It's just made me want to work harder and, prove myself that much more.
And prove, despite the critics, that a state-of-the-art fitness center could succeed in a predominantly Latino neighborhood.
I think one of the things that other health club owners that have tried to put facilities on the south side of Tucson have done is that they've kind of thought they could nickel and dime it and get away with it. And here, we've put top-of-the-line equipment in. I mean, this is literally some of the best equipment that you can find. And, we wanted to bring the same type of facility that you would put anywhere else in the world, to South Tucson, and it's done really well for us.
Despite the concern that nearly half of Hispanics don't regularly exercise.
I think a lot of it has to do with the Hispanic culture, our culture, and it's something that we have not been exposed to and not really raised. I mean, more so being family oriented than doing something on your own for yourself, I think has a lot to do with it. And definitely, I saw that with my family. My grandmother, my mother, my sister. It was kind of like, well, we don't do that. We've never done it before. We don't really work out.
Sarah has been working hard to change that mindset within her own family and of other Hispanics as they become aware of the health risks associated with poor diet and lack of exercise.
As a culture, we're definitely, on the lower end of being healthy, and it's something that has to improve. And with putting a facility on this side of town where we have, predominantly Hispanic clientele, and continuing to do that type of thing, and just bringing more education, more exposure to our community, I think it'll definitely improve. Bye, guys. Have a good day.
What makes her facility succeed when others have failed is her understanding of the needs of the Hispanic culture.
The Child Activity Center at this facility is much more heavily used than I've seen in the past, and I think that has a lot to do with our culture and the fact that we're more family oriented, and so with having the Child Activity Center available, that's a big plus. The mothers that we have that stay at home with their children, it's nice to have that break. This is something that they do for themselves, which is very important. Put your feet up on there. And then it needs to align. This pivot point needs to align.
Only a year since the facility opened, and Sarah's thrilled with its progress. Does she have plans to expand the business in the South Side?
We definitely have plans to do other facilities in the future, and possibly also in this area of town. We're looking at maybe going a little bit further southwest.
The facility does have some nice equipment. I couldn't leave without a demonstration on a few of the hottest machines. I also found something out that surprised me about stretching.
It definitely is very important to stretch. We recommend that when you're doing an exercise program. A lot of people are under the misconception that you should stretch before you start, but actually it's very important that you warm up your muscles before you stretch, so it's actually better to stretch after your workouts. Hold on tight, go all the way down. This is going to stretch out all of your upper back. And go ahead and put your head down, just like that. I mean, the way that you injure your muscles is by, or a tendon or a ligament is by them being cold. So you want to definitely warm up the muscles, do a little bit of cardiovascular work, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, maybe a bike or a treadmill or something along those lines. Once the muscles are warm, then you want to go to your stretching and then into your weight training program.